All right, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Rokket Hideout podcast, episode 2 already. We have some familiar faces, but I think the man of the hour is the myth, the legend, Danilo, coming fresh out of top 8 from YCS Birmingham. So I think, let's introduce ourselves. So Danilo, how you been?
I ate my deck.
Yeah, it's your deck. That's something. That's something. Michael, what about you? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just played a region last weekend, and I had no losing game state, basically.
All
Still
right.
in top though.
Tough though. Sometimes it is what it
Hit the
is.
clock. Hit the clock.
Someone is a bum and don't want to say
Hit the clock.
it.
I mean,
Still playing with a passion.
and I think Maya is still recovering from the trauma from YCS Orlando.
No, what I'm recovering from is Julian fucking giving me like super AIDS. Like I don't know what happened, but like I've been sick ever since I got that. Like we did this on Wednesday last time. I don't know how I didn't get it, but like I don't know. I'm dying. Like so I sound like I'm like 90 years old, like coughing up a lung, like I smoke a pack a day.
You sound fine, actually. I haven't seen you hear you cough.
Right now I've kind of like come off of it, but if you heard me like 2 days ago, you would have like called 911 for me.
Damn, that's crazy. 911 is actually crazy. Yeah. Speaking of American health system, right? So you don't want to start.
It probably would have like cost me like $10,000 just to like call 911.
Yo, that's actually great. But that's actually
It
a
would
good.
cost you less than a Vulcanic playset.
Yeah, but it's actually because a very, very smooth how do you say that? Yeah, a very smooth link to our topic. So because against all odds, basically, YCS Birmingham completely went the other way. Regarding specifically in comparison to YCS Orlando, I think Danilo already shows it. We got Fire King, which is basically, Fire King took the event down. Din Kabui, the man himself, won the YCS. So guys, what's your opinion about that? I mean, Danilo, that was probably the only one which could have stopped you.
Danilo can start.
Yeah.
I love Fire King, man.
Yeah, I mean,
I love Fire King. I'm so happy for him. He deserves like one of the greats ever, so by far.
Yeah.
Not as his blood, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I agree. He definitely did deserve to win. Okay,
but
go ahead.
If I didn't mess up, maybe
Danilo would have won.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we I guess we have.
It's my fault. I mean,
that Maliss player in finals. No shout or no like shots to him like personally, but
nah,
like
Danny's a great guy, man. Don't make it.
yeah, I never met him. I'm not just gonna like disparage his name, but like there was definitely so many things that could have been done differently, and we would not be sitting here in 2025 post the original ban with Fire King winning the YCS. That's all.
I mean,
like that's crazy.
I mean, maybe we can quickly over that. Like, maybe let's analyze because, like, I think, right, it kind of makes sense. I mean, you probably also build it because it was a correct meta call. It checks a lot of boxes which a deck right now has to me. I mean, it can play Impulse, which I think is pretty important. The Fire King cards eat up Detonator, which is also pretty good. Pops are a very, very, or like basically just in general, just getting rid of bodies is really, really strong against Maliss and against Ryzo too. So like Skyburn was very, very strong. And I mean, we saw him doing minimal boards, which were enough most of the time.
That's my favorite way to play the game.
I agree. I mean, it looked super simple, like back to old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Pretty much. So that was the most amazing part about it. So I think it made a lot of sense. Obviously, Maliss is a terrible matchup, but I think he sided like infinite. Like
actually, if you open the right hand, you don't even care. Like you go Kirin, pop a guy, summon a guy, pop a guy, you're fine.
Pop a guy.
Like if people are saying, "Oh, Dwellers," like
pop a guy.
I mean, you're gonna meet Dweller whenever you have 3 bodies on the board, and like you just swing out here, like bro.
That's like the thing. Like I think the list is not completely out yet. But
you could have played this though. You should have played this. This was crazy. It would have been crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Should have played both Impulse.
Impulse.
Hey yo, the Impulse deck.
The Impulse deck. But like I think like that's like one thing which I'm actually curious about is like how he managed to get around Dweller. I saw him playing Infinite Malice during Swiss as well. I think like 6 of them. So maybe he dodged many Dwellers on his way.
I don't envy him.
Yeah, not me too, but maybe like his side deck and impulse as well. Like maybe took that down. So yeah.
I get the Chaos Hunter, I get the Lancey, I get you have like a lot of like sideboard hate for it, but I don't know. That sounds like, to me, I cannot imagine like Fire King having like a winning matchup game one. Yeah, I am just a hater. I don't like Fire King cards, but yeah, it does sound like insane.
I mean,
I don't like Fire King cards. I like Snake Eye cards.
Yeah, I was shitting on Fire King like since the beginning, bro.
I was no. You guys remember? I was like #1 Fire King hater. Like,
yes.
When Volcanics came out, you know.
Still.
Volcanics didn't change. I still didn't like Fire King.
Yeah, he was still going crazy over Fire Kings. Yeah. No, but other than that, I think the whole event was a lot different than Orlando too, right? I mean, I think that's something we can definitely talk about.
I expected that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's like the thing, because like, I mean, the Americans probably say, oh yeah, only Rogue tops in Europe, and Europe is completely random, but I don't necessarily think so, because I think we are like Europeans in general, or what we see usually from the difference between European YCS and American YCSs is that the Europeans adapt a lot more, specifically when there was an American event before that, right? So I think most represented decks in top 64 was pure Ryziel. That's already very interesting. So we back to the future, basically, like since the beginning of the format in OCG. So I think like, because for
Maliss a little bit higher.
No, it was
Mouse
pure.
Mouse was 19, I think.
Yeah.
Pure was 15, and Ryziel Fiendsmith was 14.
Or like,
they broke up.
Ryziel decks are more, but Maliss is
yeah, individually. Yeah, but I think that's a very interesting, development, right? Because I think pure Ryziel, specifically after what was the Anaheim? I think it was when Anaheim, right? It's the first thing was very.
The first one was Serbia. Right?
Yeah, was very quickly discarded for Fiendsmith Ryziel, which by that time made a lot of sense. And it seems like just with the release of Eclipse Twins was enough for people completely considering the deck again, and also it has, of course, its upsides, right? Because there were still a lot of Bestials, and I guess Pure doesn't really care about that if there's no Crazy Beast.
Just good into it, but they have not like auto losses as hard as.
Yeah.
If you're getting Druid and Baldrake in Fiendsmith Ryziel, that's rough. But in Pure you can manage it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, as long as there's no Crazy Beast, right, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, Crazy Beast is very strong though. But yeah, that was also very interesting. And then we have like Memento tops. I think like there were like 2 in top 16, which is also crazy.
Shout out to my friend, the Doc. He's the best Memento player. Just saying that.
Whoa.
The Italians know the beef. He's the best Memento player.
Disrespecting him. Why like that? For the 2 times he played Memento?
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
You have zero.
I will show you this replay. It was so funny. We were in an Iron Man versus Doc, and I pair up against him as like the first or second player or whatever, and he was like, "Yo, is that the Memento goat or whatever?" Because I played Memento before like during the Snake Eye format or whatever, like one of the Snake Eye formats or whatever, and that's all I played, like Rage of the Abyss and like pre that. So I was very like, I don't want to say well known for Memento. Because I'm a random.
Just what you were playing it.
You're not a random, because every time a deck tops, you're the guy for it, right? It's like Maliss, Unchained, Memento, apparently.
Sure.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say, the reason I have a Memento. The reason
not currently, but I am crazy.
The reason why I have a Memento core is Amai. The gaslighting was crazy for Rhoda. I never played the deck, but like I guess I'm on a Memento core now.
It's good.
It is.
I mean, at some point we'll bought a fish core. I'll say that.
Wait. That was the craziest gaslighting. I literally have. I don't even know where they are, but I literally, I was a part of that.
So for the background for the listeners, right? So at the beginning of Fire format, within our testing circle, we developed the idea that that Goaty might be crazy, which
it's a shifter deck.
You're just like Texas frauds.
It's a shifter deck with impulse.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, Think,
was terrible.
think about it. Think about it. Just one deep beyond might be crazy. Might be enough, right?
Definitely, yeah. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
You just made us look all like terrible just because like
Hey, yo.
exposing that we bought Goaty.
Sometimes you gotta expose your weaknesses to achieve greatness. That's what the wise man once said. So yeah, I mean we've been there, right? We've been in the trenches. At least, bro, if you talk about like
Born in the trenches.
I know like Snowpiercer, I know the effects. I think
Mhm.
so.
Which one is that?
Maybe.
I think it was Snowpiercer was the quick effect, which like discard 2 cards for like a half
Another bench.
interaction.
Oh, it's another 6 benches too, right?
Yes, the octopus one.
Yeah.
I
Do
think
you want
so.
to talk about how Vince made a better fish deck in like 30 minutes than us in like a month?
Oh, true.
I
You
mean-
played that at the time too, right?
Yeah.
Goatee, right?
Yeah.
I can't say I was like deep diving into the testing of it. I did buy the cards because they were all very cheap, but I don't think I was like super pilled on it. But
Yeah. No, but overall,
I was
right?
also a lot worse back then.
Yeah, but coming back to YCS Birmingham, I think like overall, future matches definitely interesting.
So,
Yeah, there were.
I didn't see a single good feature match from like both players. Like all the ones with Dinkabui on it were obviously like good because he's a good player, but like I feel like any game I watched, like the gameplay was just so terrible.
Yeah, it was rough. It was
They
rough.
didn't want to put me in, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Hey,
they were like, no, we can only put in Dinkabui and then like bums on feature match.
Man,
That's
they
like
had
the
interesting
only,
decks.
that's like the only thing.
They
actually,
had decks like Memento and Mermaid.
Mm.
Very
Yeah,
interesting.
Mermaid is so interesting. It's the most interesting
Yeah, I
deck
love looking at your
ever.
hand.
yeah. I mean, I feel like I mean, I completely get it, right? As a coverage team, like day one, you want to focus on the cool decks, the interesting decks, because you know that there might be a lot of Fiendsmith Rise, Riser variants, and Malice, right? On day two, but I think like somehow they
That's
lost
not
themselves.
Good representation of the event.
What do you say?
Yeah. It is not like a good representation of the actual event.
Yeah. I mean,
That's not the purpose of the stream, is it?
Yeah, it's not.
It's to sell cards.
it's to sell cards. Yeah, and I
To sell
mean,
cards.
but there was like a little bit.
We're pushing Mermail.
Yeah, that was. I was about to say.
Card last set. And next OTS pack,
that's true.
we will get Gaius and Pike Justin.
That would be insane, actually. But like, yeah, that was also a little
That
bit
would
too
be
much water for my
something.
liking. I agree. Like, that was a little bit too much water for my
Yeah,
liking.
it was so much.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I don't think you can be the guy that's be like, oh, Malice is like such a bad deck for the game, and then you roll up with fucking Mermail. Like, come on now. That's like
It's the same deck.
That is
I
worse,
cannot
but yeah.
imagine playing. What? No, I think Mermail is like so much worse to play against
Yeah,
the Malice.
obviously. It's like
No,
you go first.
all of them are bad. Like that.
Yeah.
All of them are terrible.
I agree.
And go second, you there's a rank 4 that makes me lose the game. Wow. Wish I had
Yeah.
enough for that.
But also,
Yeah, at least mine is like confined to the side deck at least, like for most
yeah.
of the people.
But looking back at what we prognosed last episode, right? I think everything came pretty much true. I mean, we talked about the Chaos Hunter, double Chaos Hunter in the finals, apparently. Like I think there was like a little bit of like illegal activations involved, but it didn't matter because like they could have just done both of them separately. I think.
It definitely did matter. It definitely did matter.
Like
Was it
That's
though?
one of them.
I got Chaos Huntered a lot.
Oh,
It didn't matter. I was prepared. I played
Yeah.
fucking Cerberus.
yeah.
That's why, like, I think the natural progression, like post Orlando, when you see zero Malice players playing Cerberus basically and Top Cut, I think the obvious conclusion is to play Chaos Hunter. So
it's
like
to
post
play
Orlando.
Cerberus.
Yeah. So then, as a Malice player, like post Orlando, you just automatically conclude Cerberus needs to be in my deck. So like before Birmingham, that's what I like had already concluded, and then I was like, Thrust seems a lot better now because like Chaos Hunter obviously just like
It
goes
was
hand in
terrible.
hand. Yeah, I played it. I tested it, bro. I switched back to Crossout because like, oh my god, I lost one game because I got unarmed.
Also, Crossout is
so-
bad. You should just play Strike. That's also good going second sometimes.
I don't agree.
And stuff like that.
Nah, I think
No, Strike was
Crossout-
crazy. Strike was crazy.
I mean, we will talk
That
about
was
your list.
insane.
We will talk about your list in a minute. Other than that, then also I think we said Pure Rizio was a good call. A lot of good players were on Pure Rizio. I think basically most of the quote unquote other pro players from Europe also chose to play Pure, which made sense, right? I think we quickly elaborated on that. Not as crazy or not bad against Bestials. X becomes a lot more powerful card. I mean, we even saw like trap tricks variants, right, on Future Match piloted by Ben, which was also interesting.
Yeah.
So that was also pretty cool.
Mild spice.
What do you say?
Yeah, well, how we called it was mild spice because it was one trap tricks card.
I mean, it's better to Fuvalos.
Yeah, it was very like misleading because I seen Trap Chicks Rising and I'm like, oh nah, and then I just see it's just it's just like when people first theoried like
No. He actually did
like
more.
Rizio when it first came out. It's literally just that deck.
No, he did more.
He played one.
Yeah, one Marmello and the other one.
One of the rank 4 that searches and
Yeah.
like 2 traps.
Yeah, they have to say that.
One of the rank 4s is really good because it's like a towers into Rizio because unaffected by the types of the materials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unaffected by
That's the one that searches.
Can it be beat over?
I don't know exactly.
Probably.
Probably.
Because you just protect the detonator or whatever.
That is true. That does make sense.
So yeah, that was also pretty interesting. And of course, Fire King Mermaid, we also already talked about that. That was something we did not foreseen. And all I'm saying, I said last episode, I can see Christian players topping. What happened? Like I think like 2 topped or something else. I said it.
I
said it.
One of them.
Yeah, sure, true. You played against one of them. EU3.
On the bubble, I played it.
Now I think, but that's like a trend we can basically see since Bologna too, right? I mean, Fire was still there, but I think like 2 topped or 3 in Bologna. Not too sure, but a lot less, like literally nothing because Europe was too prepared for Fires in Bologna, right? So that was also quite interesting to see. So I guess we can see a trend that the Europeans adapt a lot better, or like not better, but like they the meta changes in Europe a lot, or like not a lot, but there's you might not play a standard deck at that point, or like the standard deck. So I think like the biggest fall off was Fiends with Rizio by far. I think also coming to your experience basically, Danilo, right? You played a shit ton of Fiends with Rizio, I think, right? Like you played against like 6 or 7, I think I remember.
Thankfully, yes.
Yeah.
I was not prepared to play 5, 6, 7 Maliss mirror matches. Because I did not test that shit at all.
I mean,
So that's all I wanted to play too.
Match.
All I wanted to play was Fiends with
Rizio variants.
Yeah,
Except
it's so. No one wants to play that. That was like my only one like true loss of like my entire YCS. But
maybe
I'll
something
pull up like my dice and my matchups if you guys want.
Yeah, when you do that, one thing actually what also like really caught my eye is that a lot of potential pro players also got completely cooked out of the tournament, right? Even day one, I think Julius got kicked out.
World champ,
the world champ, yeah. Then we have Joshua Schmidt also out day one. Like there were a lot of people falling left and right, and I don't know what the reason was. Maybe they got unlucky. Maybe that was also a lot really random for me.
I think there is a lot of like, I don't think it's like a skillless format like by any means, but like I do think there are games where like more so than I think like Snake Eye where like a lot of things are just like out of your control sometimes, like with how decks are like built. And like the current variation of like what people are playing, it's kind of impossible to like prepare for everything because you could just like you could prepare for like the very expected Maliss, Fiendsmith or Fiendsmith Rizio stuff, and then you just get like and you accept like you know that people are going to play Mermail, but you can't like super prepare for it. So there are just like those runs that are just going to be cursed because like you verse those bad matchups, and then like the games that even if you only verse one of them, that's like one guaranteed loss, and then if you like have 1 or 2 like unlucky games or whatever after that, then that's kind of your run right there.
You can also say that Danilo got unlucky in top 8, that he basically faced the only Mermal player, I think, in top 8, so it's also kind of unlucky,
I
right?
should have won. It is not even that. I just straight up misplayed.
Okay, I mean,
So I misplayed because I'm used to playing the Mermaid matchup from the Rise PV because it was a PDL format. So I never got into such a deep game state because my opponent had a really good hand and they were really good with the deck. I don't care what people are saying, what he did in the feature match. That doesn't I don't care about that. He was really good with the deck. He was a great player. He is a great player, and he played perfectly well. And I misplayed on the last interruption I had. I banished the wrong monster, and I got cooked by it. I got hard punish, and game 3, because I misplayed game 1, bro went like normal Neptavis, Shifter, all by Impulse, cross out. I was not winning that game. I should have won game 1. So.
Goddamn. Yeah, you like that sometimes, right? So yeah, let's talk us through. Basically, maybe someone can pull up Danilo's list, so we can for the viewers, for the actual video watchers, you can basically talk over it. For the ones who are just listening to the podcast, Danilo played Maliss. We will definitely link his deck profile as well, and also his Twitter post, so you can look at it.
Yeah, I posted it in the community tab too. So if you guys want to see it.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, you can also watch that. The stream is a little bit loading for me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. You can zoom in a little bit, Michael. So can you do that?
Yeah, I can zoom
Alright.
into the image a bit.
Yeah.
Close.
That looks good.
Like
Alright.
you stole some more work, I also did, by the way.
Stealing. Optimal.
Yeah.
I am glad I could help in any way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah, you showed me the combos I needed to know, so yeah, you hooked me up.
Hey, bro, Danilo was down bad.
No, okay, why is a bow good? Okay, I'll play a bow, I guess. I was about to cut it. It done on Friday.
It's like,
it wouldn't
yeah.
matter, but
I don't think you ever need it to like resolve or anything, but like by like the very nature of just playing Metatronus, it doesn't make sense like to not play it, in my opinion. Like, so you're already playing the Griffin because you need like a Fiendsmith target basically. So like you might as well also play the Bow because one, it's a Chaos Angel and a Caesar target for Metatronus, so that like comes up.
Yeah, I think that's very important. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you talk about the deck, it's better on mine because you're the good player with it. I got very carried. I had a very good day on Sunday. I knew how to pilot it decently enough and how to like play clean into most interruption and end traps around all of those. But Amai is like the actual Maliss code. So if you want to talk about it,
so the only thing that I would like I guess I'll just like go with like questions that I don't like necessarily like would put in my own deck, for example. Which I guess would be like the Saronir and then the Allure. Those are like and then like third cat over like terraforming or whatever.
Okay.
Because I know like Pack and Jib played like a list that only had 2 field spell, which I find completely insane. Both obviously great players. I don't think you need like a completely perfect list to do well with Maliss, by the way. It's like very much like you can play almost any type of like build with any tech choice that you want, and it's going to like do well as long as you play well. For the most part, I think. But yeah, you can continue with the reasoning.
So at the start, I had the 10 bestials, but I'm like I like the horse theory, but I'm not the like. I don't want to try my chances, so it's like I need a little bit more consistency. For once that who knows, horse theory is literally, if you're not afraid of your deck breaking, the deck is not gonna break. It's like the horse doesn't. The horse feel that you're scared, like you know. What I mean? Yeah, that's that. So I want
Argentinian logic right there, bro. Argentinian logic, all about horses.
I live by that logic. I play 16 engine cards. I live by that logic. No allure needed.
Yeah, so I just got the 2 bestials for 2 allures.
2 allure.
Something I wasn't supposed to be playing was Fualos in the main deck. It was Nib before. It was 2 Nibs at 40, and I had Fualos in the side deck. But I had to make space for strikes in the side deck, so something was gonna move up and something was gonna get cut. And Nibiru, in the 2 hours that I tested, it was terrible. Like it was so bad. There was always a dead card in my hand. So it's like Fuelos at least can win me some game once. It's like I need a discard fodder for Habao anyways. If I get that far, I discard that. Who cares? And so it was very bad. Like I never resolved it when it mattered. I mean that's not necessarily true because in top 16, in like turn 3 or 5 after Shifter was off, I double forward on a mid game state and he had to make me draw 2 cards.
Yikes.
So I dig into Metal Turnus to out his death and try and kill him.
That's nice.
Yeah,
But,
I think I do understand like the like not wanting to main deck Fulos. I think I still would just like I look at it from like a coverage perspective because that's kind of like what I base all my non-engine off of, like currently in the main. So when I look at like Fulos, I see it as like something that replaces itself and makes Maliss a lot more like manageable as a matchup, like going second.
Yeah.
So I don't see it as like a game winning against Maliss like specifically because there's not like one hand trap besides like Lancia that does that. Honestly, like Fulos is a lot like scarier when you're playing like Fiendsmith Ryziel as opposed to like Maliss because like if I get Fulos, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm literally just gonna sit on Cryptor and like another non-target banish, and
also,
then I'm cool.
shout out to the guy that did the anti Fuelos combo, who did like summon Requiem, normal summon ice effect. But there is a little issue because you need to chain Requiem. If you just say okay and I'll chain Requiem, you chain Fuelos, they're cooked. So shout out to that guy.
That's funny. That's funny.
And then
I guess I want to say before we move on from Fuelos is as a little bit of synergy because Metal Turnus is by far the best non-engine card in the game. It's not even close, and at least playing Fuelos base out the Ash Blossom.
The Ash check.
Your deck doesn't get Ash Blossom like whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you don't have even Allure in your deck both side because Lancia and stuff.
Yes, thank you. Finally, someone's. I like if I was playing. If I was to play a consistency card, it would be Allure, and it would only be in my deck game 1 because it doesn't make sense like post side.
Yeah.
But yes, that is something that I think we touched on last podcast too, where like if you put like Metal Turnus, the only thing is it can be Ash, but like it's like
will be
fine because
Maliss.
like it 100% gets ashed if they have one, so it always makes like that Metal Turnus is going to resolve, which is nice as well.
Now I think
the last question you asked me was about Cat. I think having a Cat is better than having a field spell because I rather go Cat, Summon, Disciple, Bestial than having to start with the field spell. I hate playing with the field spell.
That's fair.
I can see it. Like I understand that from like a 2-card like combo type of perspective.
At least 8 pieces at the end of the day.
Yeah, I know. I'm like the first one to say like one card combos aren't like real in this deck. Because like the odds of you drawing just like one card with no way to produce an extra body, either by virtue of like having another name in hand to banish off Cat to get you it's like 0. So I don't see it from that perspective, but I do think a lot of the games that you do lose like with Maliss, without like Lancia and stuff being involved, is like the hands that you draw like too many engine cards. Obviously Field Spell is a part of it, but it's definitely a lot less clunky than drawing like more normal summons in my opinion. That's like the only thing that I would think about. It gives you a little more versatility with like doing stuff like going you didn't play it, but like for me I'll like not having the normal summon matters for when I'm trying to bait out like cards like Strike and something like that. Because you go like Nightmare Fingers, you go like SP. You definitely you lose. You definitely can. You definitely can. As the mouse guy
is crazy, insane. I don't see myself winning after getting striked on the correct spot.
Yeah, I think
that's why I think it's like important to have like those non-normal summon type extenders, so that way you can like force out like cards like that, because Strike is very popular, and like if you like suspect it can kill you and you can play around it, you just like have to, and that's kind of like how I approach like playing currently right now.
Yeah, I think I agree. While what I just think, I think Duster was a pretty good addition.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I respect the pure a little bit more.
That, and also I think like a lot of people were still Metaltronus, right? Also in Malice. So I think and then you can clear all the strikes. I think that's super valid and Imperm. I would even consider playing like after this event. I would probably even consider playing Lightning Storm if it wasn't for the Beast Shields. But like talk about the
I mean, I
thrust.
can't play it in my deck. But it's good.
Yeah, no, I was saying like if it wasn't for the Beast Shields, I would play Lightning Storm too. But like talk about maybe about the thrust. Like I think that's like something.
They could be in like literally for Ojama cards.
Yeah, I
Thrust is terrible. Yeah,
I tried it. I hated thrust.
I just got like so many people tell me their theory. I just mashed everything together for my side deck. Shout out to Anthony that helped me a lot. Zio as well put me on strike. My good friend Lello from Project 7X. They like I talked with them basically on the side deck. Like I just meshed their 3 ideas into like this thing, and it was 10 cards were really good and 4 were really bad. And Duster was like chilling there, you know.
I was when you
Did
reached top
Duster
cut.
like ever come up?
I came up once and I drew it another time, but it was completely like useless. So it's like probably going forward, if I had like proper preparation, I should have played another direct answer to Detonator that can be used going first. And that card is better fulfilled by a Book of Moon type of card, probably Book of Eclipse, because that adds onto the Ash baiting aspect and is better into the things with Rise of deck.
Yeah.
So that's probably gonna be my deck in the future if I keep playing this Abomination. Like I like going over it again because some people like don't really caught on to it. I still really don't like Malice. I hate it that it exists. I don't want it to be in the game, but competing is different than like talking about the state of the game.
You're the biggest
If I hate the deck,
gaslighter.
doesn't mean I'm not gonna play it if it's the best deck.
You just
I think this deck is the best deck to pick for an event right now.
you're just the biggest
It's too
gaslighter.
unfair.
Conspiracy
I
theory
just hate
confirmed.
it so much.
Yeah, I don't think it was all an elaborate plot, but like, I don't know. People can't like, I don't know. I never got that like mindset of like, oh, you're playing like a super cancerous deck or whatever, like blah blah blah. Like,
Blame the game, not the player.
we're playing to win at the end of the
That's
at
it.
the end of the day. So like,
That's it. Yeah.
And the deck tried to like make it like get for how do you say it? Get like the deck tried to make me to like it because they were like the deck was like, yeah, it's nice, you're doing well with it. They chew. Like you keep winning 2-0 in top cut. Like I won 2-0 up until top 8 every game. So the deck was like, please like me. Something. I'm like, nah, you're toxic as hell. So, yeah, I'm not changing my mind on that.
Yeah, coming back to the thrust as well, because I think when you reach top cut, I was like, yo, maybe now it's insane. Because like it wasn't obviously, but like from the theory, right? When I saw like, okay, now he's in top cut, I was like, okay, so there's probably, which it was, there were a lot of pure Ryziel decks, and I was like, okay, now he's there kind of nice, right? Because like he has D barrier, and like they probably don't outplay. I mean, I don't think cross out going second for D barriers is a thing as it was at the beginning of when Crossover Breakers came out. So I was like, now he's kind of chilling too. But I think that was only
I
the only
didn't play
thing.
any pures in top cut.
That as well, but that was like right technically. That's what I thought when going over your list and when you reach top cut.
I played, top 64. I played Fins with Rizel, a friend of mine. I'm so sorry what happened to him. He got a game 1 game loss, and we played game 2 without a side deck.
Damn.
And Maliss does not really lose without a side deck.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Fuck.
And then I played Maliss, and top 16 another Fins with Rizel, and then in top 8.
Top 8, the rape boss.
I got the Genet's curse. I'm so convinced of it right now. But
Oh yeah, top 8 is the nemesis. Apparently. Nah, but we're all proud of you, bro. You did well. Was actually pretty
it was
nice.
very good performance.
not good enough, but thanks.
Yeah, I mean, next time you get them, you got the dice now, right? The next side quest you
My new favorite fidget toy.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they are very good.
But yeah, I think coming up, I think it will be very, very interesting. I think a lot of people will shift to more of a pure Ryziel variant, pure-ish, because I think definitely Maliss is obviously maybe the force to be reckoned with right now, and them playing, I think from 7 up to 10 Bestials might just not want to play any Fiendsmith variant moving forward, just because of that. Maybe that's something you have to elaborate. Which is also interesting because I think Christian Arena, right, 12-0, completely
He's crazy.
clean. He played the nothing 0.3 deck by now, right? So he plays the Fiendsmith Bestial deck.
That's the third iteration of nothing.
I want to say a funny story about it because at some point I was like chilling with G and Vince, and Vince is like, "G, can I see your deck?" And G's like, "Sure, here it is." And Vince goes through the cards and he's like, "G, what is the deck? This is the side deck."
Where is the deck? It's just all non-engine and Fiendsmith.
There's nothing, yeah.
It's just literally your non-engine pile deck box.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they literally just handed him his like staple box.
It's good enough.
That's good
Good
enough,
enough.
yeah. No, I mean, like, I think
clean.
you gotta be clean with it too. I think, I think very, very, which I don't know if that's like a big advantage of the deck, right? I mean, of course, if you have a lot of outplay potential, it's nice. Yeah,
I think people misplay because into that deck, you should, if you know you're facing G, you just go, you can start. Because
Yeah.
the guys play the full combo or they don't draw full combo, they bricked anyways. The board is nothing. There is nothing to be worried about. You start to get the free card and try to kill
I think it is like it kind of like brings back to like the fact that Dinkabooey won with like Fire King. This is definitely like, in my opinion, that's like the same level as like Ryan Yu like topping or winning Sky Striker. It's like that same level thing. I don't think that deck is like, I don't think Fire King is good. I don't think like, I think it's like an okay pick for like just like what you expect the meta to be, but I don't think you like go that far in an event, let alone win, with just like an okay call for like a tournament.
I'll win a regional just to prove you wrong, by the way, next weekend.
Oh,
That's fine. You can.
All right.
I'm getting my cards to do that. Like,
All right,
I'm playing
all
Fire
right.
King, I don't care.
all right. I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely just like a byproduct of like them being insane players, right? Like I don't think the nothing deck is like good. I don't see how it like beats Maliss consistently.
It doesn't beat Maliss. I mean, technically, it shouldn't beat Maliss. It shouldn't.
regained.
Unless you're G, you don't win against Maliss.
Yeah. No, but
Mike Andrew.
like talking about Dinka, right? I mean, I'm also from Berlin, so I know the guy quite well from locals and everything, and yeah, I mean, I think it's a Dinka deck basically. So he always like pulls up with like these decks. I mean, what we have in the past, like Trap Labyrinth during Euros 2023. Then we got like the Fiendsmith Musket deck, but actually pure deck, which he pulled up with Euros last year in 2024. Then we have like, I mean, well, I guess Runic for Hire, I think that's something which worked pretty well for him. I guess like also for other players. But like this is like, I think Fire King in this meta is comes in the category of him.
He's
of
the
decks.
prank is off today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it works for him because he's like such an insane player. And it also was a good meta call. But I think like for like I would say like 90% of the people it wouldn't work as well. Because like I think because there's like this kind of fan club basically in Berlin, right? At locals, like they always like scout what he's playing, which is fair, right? He's an insane player and he's also a very kind guy, and people try to imitate him, right? I mean, I remember when he pulled up with Fiendsmith muskets when Infinite Forbidden came out, there were actually a lot of people in our locals playing the same deck, and yeah, if it wasn't him, it was a buy. I'm telling you like that. It's just like it only works for him. It's like that's what I'm saying. So I think it feels like Fire King maybe fit in the same category. That may not depend necessarily because it's him and he's such a good player. But I think it's also very, very something in general which you need as a competitive Yu player. You need to acknowledge is like sometimes the best deck is only the best deck for a specific tournament, and maybe that was the case for Fire King this time. I don't know. But yeah, it's still insane. I think the feature matches he had were actually crazy. It was insane. I think it was only him which could have stopped you and next to yourself, Danilo. I'm gonna be honest. I think you were on a run.
I'm my biggest enemy.
Yeah, sometimes it is like that. Yeah, sometimes it's like that.
All I'm saying is, if I went to Birmingham and I made finals, I would have won that game.
Yeah, I mean,
You still need to get into the VIP area once. Like, what are you talking about?
I've been one, I've been into the VIP area several
Yeah, as a
times.
spectator.
No.
Oh, okay.
Some events, like when, like in Swiss, I was doing so well that they put you in like the VIP area day 2. I was in the VIP area for that.
Ah, shit.
Not as a spectator.
Ah, shit.
So, you know.
Okay.
Sure.
That's all right. I hope you never live to see the day where I get like a higher top cut placement than you at a premiere event.
I mean, I will still
I
tell you.
will flame you all day.
No. I will still tell you I have more than you. I always have an excuse. I'm always have one or two.
If I win, I'm gonna be like Triff. I'm gonna be like, "Where's your trophy? Trophy check."
Trophy check is
Money
crazy.
match me, Dallas.
Oh, you don't want that.
Oh,
Hundreds.
hundreds right now.
200 McChickies.
It's very $200, I think. 200 Monopoly money, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe concluding Birmingham for now. What do we take out of this, right? I mean, concluding this, I think we also touched upon pure Ryzeal might be the way to go. I mean, they haven't talked about Mitsurugi Ryzeal because it just wasn't existing, like, pretty much.
I love everything with round 3.
I mean,
By the way, I
happens.
was on the bubble since like 5 p.m. on Saturday.
Oh, shit.
I just won
I
out.
went out. Yeah,
went
yeah, I
out.
went out.
That's nice. No, but I think Jesse played it, dropped. I think Herman played it, dropped. Weird, right? I think there were like
I
only.
hated it. Good. My teammate played it. Lorenzo, shouts to him. He got
Oh, yeah.
64 with it.
Also, very interesting list with like Fuvelos on the other side and like some hand
It's a
traps.
very him deck.
Yeah,
Like, he plays. Then he starts playing with the cards he likes, and then he puts the engine in.
oh,
It's a little bit different.
yeah. Also, like Nadir was something we haven't seen on a YCS level, and I think he played that. I think I watched the deck profile. So yeah, shout outs to you. That was also interesting. But like overall, I think that was a big loser from this weekend. It was like Mitsurugi because like I think it built
Thank
up.
God.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
it built up a lot of hype through Orlando.
No, it's just brief. It's the deck is played is only because
Yeah,
No, I mean-
it was. Yeah, exactly. And I said it like to him like as well. I was like, man, Triff, like if Triff wins. It was when we were doing like the 2v2 tourney. That Jip posted. I was like, man, if Triff wins this, like he has literally single-handedly ruined the entire YCS, like Orlando. It was insane, and he already did, and he didn't even win that.
Yeah.
Shout out me and Julian, by the way, and Toast and Lunch, who
Let's
split first place.
Let's go.
But what was I gonna say? So I think like because we have one more YCS before Maze of the Master comes out.
I don't have any YCS and
Was it?
Euros.
Do we? Do we have? I think they.
I think it was. I thought it was Sydney, if I was not
Oh
mistaken.
yeah, like some South
But I
American.
know we do have like the Blue Eye stuff that's going to be legal for that. So that
Mhm.
like, I don't think it affects the meta super.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
I'm
Michael.
I don't like it.
Michael can
I'm a
say
big-
something.
I'm a big Blue Eyes believer. I love that deck, but holy shit, it's so bad. I
That's it.
tried playing it today and yesterday. Like you're trying to do something like what other decks should be able to do, but you just can't, right? Because all your interactions or all your cards restrict you in some way that you literally can't play.
Mm.
Like you literally end on nothing. It's like Spirit Pass. It's like one negate, Omni negate, a graveyard negate, and
Mhm. It's
I don't
like
know.
I would be okay with that if it wasn't like it's bad until like all the currently played non-engine too.
Oh,
Like,
that's true.
Steel's cooked.
it's also bad. in
Steel's
blue.
cooked that deck. Fucking just everything cooks it. Like I don't see it. Like at least like Centurion kind of had like a similar game plan, but at least with like Centurion when that was played, it was at least good into the
Very
current like
scary.
non-engine.
Yeah.
Like it did the same thing basically. Like it's literally just Blue Eyes is literally just Centurion, but like Centurion was way better positioned as opposed to like
Yeah.
how Blue Eyes is like on release because like you were scared of the Mulch Army Fuelos because it just released, but like that deck didn't really care about it. It played pretty well around it. But like Blue Eyes, I don't want to say it like plays terribly into it. Like I have to like think through my head about like the combos for like Fuelos
No,
specifically.
like through Fuva, you just end on Spirit Pass, and
Yeah.
that's not very good, is it?
No, it's
One phone
not.
trade.
So maybe there's like some way to like obviously this is like very like pre-alpha type of like looking into a deck that hasn't even like fully released yet.
Mhm.
So there might be like some cooking with it. I think like the current like I don't think you can play it how the OCG currently plays it. Like, it does not like function. I think you have to play it in a different, like a completely different approach to like what people are trying now, because it just doesn't work right now.
Yeah, I'm excited what the TCG will come up with, because usually, it's either like those kind of decks never work in the TCG, or they do exactly like it. I think we haven't seen. I mean, maybe someone in the comments can correct me. I think we haven't seen a deck which was in some way meta in the OCG, and in the TCG it was meta, but in a completely different way. I think we haven't seen that yet. I think, in my opinion.
Oh, well, it's Sprite and Telement. Like, the OCG played like super different variants. They played like Telement Control and Sprite's Search Max
Control is crazy.
I mean, the deck's good, but in the TCG they all played like
okay, but that's been a while, right?
Like Curious, Griffin, like
Ice Spirit was like a lot later, but it was just dangerous and
then Runic, right? The Runic also.
Oh yeah,
that was
your deck was so
completely different. Like Runic Sprite,
but
is so good.
No, but I think like Runic never really took off in the OCG as a meta deck, right? As a I think
it was always a stun deck. Right?
Exactly. So, but that's what I mean. Like, I think because it was only a stun deck, but I think like as soon as we put the Sprite cards into it, I think for me it becomes another deck. But I mean, like, it's not that like, I mean, maybe, then Sprite and Telements it may be, but that's like also like 3 years ago from now on, right? At this point.
3.
Yeah. We're 20.
I'm old.
I'm actually old too. But fuck, yeah, it's actually 3 years. Actually crazy. Yeah, 2022 it was. But that's what I mean. Like, I think we haven't saw.
How do you just
I have
like
so many cards around though. It's just because I'm trying like to figure out what I want to put on my card display that I want.
Oh, yeah. I think like Kit has to be there, no? And the Impulse as well. But riskiest Impulse.
Yeah, that were the first two cards.
Yeah.
I kind of the third one.
Yeah.
Now you have to put now which Maliss card are you gonna put there now?
Okay, maybe I'll put in like
Ransom. Let's go. Ransom.
No, Ransom is terrible.
Lizard
like,
goes.
Magnamut, maybe.
Magnamut? Fair.
The
Magnamut is sick.
For Euros 2020, the cash one.
Yeah.
I think that card needs to be banned, by the way. Like, Bystials have been good for so fucking long.
Yeah. Like, even in the formats where we thought they aren't that good, they somehow came back in some way or
They're
capacity.
still so good. Like, we have to go the OCG route of just like limiting them all, because like if you think about it, they hinder like so many decks from being like good just by existing.
Yeah.
Those cards are just so unfair.
I'm very interested in how, I don't know what they're called, but like I think they come out in Alliance Insight, which are like basically kind of the same. I think they feel like the same niche as like cash cards and Bystials. They are like bodies which have like utility, and then I don't know how they're called. Fuck.
They synergize with the
something. They're all like 25.
Yeah, the 25 ones.
The 7 level 8s. Those.
I forget what the archetype is called. I know which one you're talking about because they're all based off like 2500 attack or defense or something.
Yeah, they're also part of the branded law.
Yeah, exactly. I think those ones.
I
think I see those ones as like the new wave of like utility,
engine
non-engine. Yeah, exactly. But I think that's a topic for another day. I think like the next episode we can talk about what's actually coming. I think we have a lot to talk about, but I think like by now I think we have to somehow talk about the lines inside. We now somehow have to talk about.
It's called Regenesis, by the way.
Regenesis, yes, that was that. Then we have a new deck building pack. I think there's a lot to evaluate about for the next episode. I think moving on forward, what's going on, guys? I mean, for me, I have my last exam next week, and then right now I'm starting the YCS Vegas training out because you will
finished today. Oh my god, thank God.
Yeah, because you will see
me, Michael, and Keanu.
Oh yeah, oh god, yes, it's gonna be insane.
Like, I'm sorry.
Oh
man, come with Felix or whatever.
Yeah.
It would be so fun.
It would be peak, yeah. I'm actually
I'm gonna be the mid-pro player. That's what I'm saying.
Rokket Hideout 1 and 2.
Gotta play 3 matches at once.
Actually,
yeah, we haven't talked about like our like strategy for that. I just remember like Julian brought it up to me when we were in Orlando because he's already on the team. And it was like, you have to, he was saying that you have to like be whatever player he is like across from him or whatever, so we play against each other. But I don't know if that works out for the strategy.
Yeah, I mean, we have to figure that out, but I think like I'm just hyped to finally see you bum in real life first time. That's gonna be be sick, because that's something I want to empathize again, right? I mean, currently I don't know, like Yu-Gi-Oh is just insane. I really enjoy it, gameplay wise, and obviously also if you can like live the whole experience with your friends, is insane. I think. I mean, maybe just look at us. I mean, my is from the US. I mean, Danilo is from Italy. Yeah, Danilo is from Italy / Argentina, and we're just like sitting here. One of my best friends sitting here doing the podcast, and I think that's just insane. So I'm super hyped to finally get to the knowledge, or get to know the people IRL. So that's why I was in Vegas already in 2023, so I don't care about the city as much, but just like seeing the homies is gonna be nice, and playing it through YCS will be insane. So Konami, please maybe also do European 3v3. I mean, we got Euros in Berlin again, so we did that last year. We gotta lock in again. That's gonna be nice. Last year we did like 8 person, 7 person BNB for like a couple of days, and we locked in and tested and everything. This year.
That also event I wasn't testing.
Also,
and camp number 2.
Yeah, but this time the boot camp, I think we gotta lock in for like a week. To be honest, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like this time a week for sure, and then we gotta enjoy the experience.
Yeah, your place for free. That's I'm telling you already.
What do you say?
I'm staying at your place for free. I'm telling you.
At my place? Okay, I mean, just gotta kick out wifey out of the flat then. See ya.
Yeah, sure.
She'll understand.
She understand. Yeah.
Just tell her bros before hoes, and then she'll.
Hello, by the way, I know you're watching us.
Yeah, she's actually gonna listen to that. Biggest supporter.
I did not mean that. Keanu's girlfriend. You know, dislike me for that. I love Keanu just as much as you do.
we love him more.
Actually, maybe
that's true.
That might be.
I didn't want to try to one up her, but yes, we do love her.
Yeah, and I think that's what Yu-Gi-Oh is all about, right? About having fun with the homies, talking about the game you're passionate about, and I think, I'm like very looking forward to the next events. But I think for us three, we definitely begin the YCS Vegas training arc. We gotta lock in. I wanna have a pair of dice too, or 4 of them, or at least.
You know, a lot of people say it's like a fake YCS top if you do, but
I don't care.
I'm gonna take what I can get.
Difficult in my opinion.
What do you say?
Yeah, I don't understand the logic personally, but I definitely do think, like, if I had to choose between a 3v3 YCS top and a remote YCS top,
the remote YCS top is crazy.
The remote YCS top is the fakest one.
I think wasn't there like a calculation? I think like a NA top was like half a European YCS top, and a South American YCS top was like a third of a European YCS top or something.
Look. After I don't want to speak for like the entire event just off the feature matches for Birmingham, but bro, I don't know. NA YCS wouldn't have let Fire King win.
I think that's something you also have to elaborate. I think maybe EU is cooked. Maybe
you guys don't try to like win
exactly
as we do. That's why you guys don't get the Far Kings.
I think in Orlando would have also won. By the way,
yes,
like, you just would have skill diffed everyone.
Yeah. Dinka would have skill diffed all of you guys. Holy shit! I mean, yes, of course.
That's like
G got first after Swiss, but like I just heard today. That I think LeBlanc also played. Ruben also played Birmingham. I think Landon Oliver also played. And
that goes to what I'm saying about like we already touched on about this, where it's like it's not like a skill rules all type of event where like the same like top 64 players are going to be in top 64 every single like event.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a game of variance at the end of the day. I don't think it's as super prevalent as it is in like some other formats, but it's definitely like something to like consider. Like the best players are not going to top every single event that they go to, even if they play well, even if their deck is good, like etc.
I am though. Like, talk for you, bro.
Yes, I am talking for me. That's my excuse. That's how I'm defending myself for not talking Orlando. When I definitely should have. But
Yeah.
if I was at Birmingham,
I'd get an next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but shout outs to the Americans who came over to Birmingham. I hope you guys had fun. I think that's
I hope you guys had
like
good
one of the
food.
coolest people I've been with.
yeah, definitely.
Good food in Birmingham. Okay.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
always
the DB grinder really liked it. Like,
really no way, right? There wasn't he like shitting.
I think he like posted something about like food in Birmingham.
Nando's or something. I was like, oh, this shit is like, he had salt in it. It's so like wild.
So
Yeah, but like,
I mean,
yeah.
shout out
food did you get?
to the Americans. Like they always spread positivity. Like,
Yeah, what did you get in Birmingham? Like, what was the food situation?
I've eaten Asian food.
Asia? What?
That's insane. Like
All of a sudden,
English cuisine.
since when did you eat Asian food? You were like swearing on like, nah, I don't eat Asian food in
But it's
Berlin.
Japanese kind
Japanese.
of thingy.
Ramen.
Japanese.
No, it wasn't a ramen spot, sadly.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Sadly, okay.
Wasn't
So
like
you really like? So you like?
Yeah, I don't think anyone is going to Birmingham for fucking
For ramen.
Birmingham. I don't know what you call their people, but like whatever their cuisine is. That's good.
Man,
I can tell you, like, I think
Birmingham. I don't even know.
I think like British cuisine has to be like some of the worst in Europe. I'm not gonna lie.
Right,
it's literally the lowest like on the food tier list.
Yeah, it's definitely low. Yeah, I mean Taco Bell is even up there. You know, like.
That's where
I would have been going.
But no, like Danilo, what's up with you now? I heard some rumors, maybe World's Race, maybe they're still in the working. What about you? What's your
We'll see
plans?
about it.
Come
I'll,
to
I'll
German
make my
Open.
calculations and see.
Yeah,
I shouldn't be like in a bad spot since I did very well at Italian Opens too.
yeah,
But I also topped the Swiss Open. That wasn't many points, but there's still like points. Few regionals here and there. I
yeah,
don't know. I'll try, I guess.
yeah. We'll see
It'll
about
be
that.
very hard, I think, to catch up to some people.
Yeah, I mean that was this also like specifically in Europe the issue, right? Like France has like these insane regionals, like 1,000+ people, which have to get like infinite points. It's always pretty rough. But that's also a whole nother topic. But yeah, I think that concludes this episode. I think we talked about Birmingham a lot, some of the meta evolutions. I think most of us are mainly looking forward for what's coming next. So I think like next on the agenda would be the Blue Eye Structure deck. Let's see how that evolves. Maybe there's some cooking to do with. And for us in Vegas specifically, we have like Maze of the Masters, which I just really like realized today that the set is fucking big. There are like 112 cards, and that's
There's
way
a couple,
more
like,
than
interesting like
You
cards
can
in there.
just need 3 Maliss. Like, 2 of them are gonna eye roll. Who cares? They can draw like 6 Lancias.
they can.
Honestly, like I think last episode I was talking about like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not playing Malice for like Vegas, but
That's the
like
opposite.
now it's like, yeah, now I'm like I might still play Malice because
I
the
don't-
Blue Eyes seems
I think we
fake.
lost only 1 game when I got Lancia, and it was not because of Lancia.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, you don't have the detonator out.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I mean we have to get into the lab and then start cooking for sure, and then we have to evaluate this. Would be nice to play Malice again. I'm a fan of just how it plays. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So sorry. Calm down. I'm just a fan of how it plays.
But
Yeah.
it's so fun to play.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fun
not
to
playing
play. Yeah, it's fun to play. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. But like the Maze set, right, is like the cards we currently have right now are all dog shit. Like all of them except the Tachyon card. And then I thought, okay, the rest is just shifter.
It's training my Malice skills.
Yeah, just drawing shifter. No, but like I think and the rest were supposed to be like reprints, but then I realized the set is like 112 cards big, and that's a lot. So there might be a lot of content coming in. So we will see.
Like we
Yeah, I'm
That
excited.
is a time to have that unsleeved.
Wait,
Card about 10 should be sleeved. Like card about 5 should be sleeved. Are you doing?
The ball?
Yeah. That's 30, bro. You should sleeve that.
wait, is that
Are you a
unsleeved?
psychopath?
Nah, that's crazy. That's a violation.
No, it's Please,
All right,
guys,
that was a violation.
can you see?
You're a psychopath.
That's crazy. So now I think that concludes the episode. I think next week we will touch upon some new chords and how maybe we can combine that. We'll see what the other boys were doing. I think there are a lot of like regionals coming up and like opens and whatever. I think like there's like a Luxembourg regional this weekend, which I might go to as well.
There's also Bosnian Open.
Oh, Bosnian Open too. Shout outs to all my Balkan friends. Yo, we lit. And then then see you next week, I guess. Danilo, congrats again. We're very proud of you. And see you next time. Bye, guys.
I'm very, very proud of the second best Maliss player in the Discord.
Second best one. All right. See ya. Bye.